Hello everyone, welcome back. This is English Now, and today we have a topic how to improve your English pronunciation. So we are going to talk today about pronunciation, how to improve it. Let's talk about this video, and also as always as we discuss, the video is going to be useful for whom? For students and non-native English speakers, for those people whose English is not the first language, and public speakers, and to anyone who's learning a new language. The video is going to be useful. So this video again, I'm going to start with a question. I have to ask you, have you ever spoken English confidently from your side, but the people whom you're talking to aren't able to understand? Instead, after listening, they say, sorry, can you repeat that? Or I just didn't understand what you said. If that happened ever, then today's video is just for you. Today we're going to talk about how to improve your English pronunciation. And when I talk about English pronunciation, it's definitely not about your grammar or your vocabulary. It's simply about the way you sound when you speak. So first we need to understand what pronunciation is all about. Pronunciation is not about the accent. Many students think pronunciation means speaking like Americans or British people, but that's not true. You don't have to sound like them. Pronunciation simply means speaking clearly, producing correct sounds, stressing the right syllables, using proper rhythm. When you speak, you have to sound more natural. You do not need a foreign accent. You need clarity when you're speaking. If people understand you easily, your pronunciation is good then. So focus on the pronunciation, how to pronounce the words. Start with English sounds, not letters. We all know English has 26 letters, but more than 40 sounds. For example, if we talk about letter C, it sounds different when we pronounce the words cat and city. In both these words, C has a different sound altogether. TH in think sounds different from TH in this. Again, the same two letter has different sounds in both these two words, think and this. So first focus on sounds, not spelling. Practice minimal pairs. For example, ship and sheep, live and leave. Practice these all together. Bat and bat, fan and van. These small differences completely change the meaning sometimes, so we need to focus on them always when we're practicing. Next is learn the problem sounds, especially for Indian learners. Yes, it happens. Sometimes we Indians have a different sound sometimes. Some sounds are difficult for us as learners. For example, V and W, TH sound, Z or Z sound, or R sound. For example, wine versus wine, think versus tink, zoo versus Jew. So to understand them easily, all you need to do is that you need to stand in front of a mirror and watch your mouth movement, how your mouth is moving. You have to look at that. Because pronunciation is physical, so you need to focus on your tongue, lips and jaw moving. That's all that matters. Focus on the movement of tongue, lips and jaws, and that you can do right standing in front of a mirror. And practice word stress. What this is? English is a stress time language. Every word has a stress syllable. For example, the words table, about, develop, important. These are the words. If you stress the wrong syllable, the word sounds strange. For example, the word is develop and you speak it develop. No, that will be incorrect pronunciation. And correct will be develop. So whenever you learn a new word, learn its stress too. How you can do that? We are going to talk about that also. Sentence stress is more important than word stress. So yes, we talked about it, that focusing on word stress is important, but focusing on sentence stress is even more important. In a sentence, we do not stress every word. For example, if there is a sentence, I am going to the market. So in this sentence, we stress generally on the words going and market. So function words like am, are used and focus a little less. So these words are am, to, the, they're function words and are spoken softly. This creates natural rhythm. So let's compare. I am going to the market. No, this is not how we speak it. We speak instead, I'm going to the market. And the focus and stress always remain on going and market. So the second one sounds more natural when you speak it. We have another point that's coming, which is point number 6, that says use the shadowing technique. Now what is shadowing technique? This is one of the most powerful technique, shadowing. In this technique, there are 3 steps that we shall be talking, where you have to, in the first step, you have to play a short English audio for about 10 to 20 seconds. Then you have to listen to it carefully, and then you have to repeat it just immediately along with the speaker. So when speaker speaks, the second time after listening it, when the speaker speaks, you have to repeat along with the speaker. Try to copy when you're speaking the tone of the speaker, the speed, how the speaker is speaking the sentence, the stress and emotions. Everything you have to focus. For this, what you can do, you can simply watch a news channel, or you can watch interview videos, different kind of speeches, or you can even watch movies and see how characters are speaking, where their tones are, where they're putting stress on. This you have to practice daily for 10 minutes. Within 30 days, you will see improvement. So every day 10 minutes at least you have to practice. Now let's talk about next point, which says record your voice. Now this is something that most students avoid doing. But let me tell you, recording your voice is powerful. When you hear yourself, you notice wrong sounds, flat tone, lack of stress, fast or slow speed where you're making. You're able to understand after listening to your voice. Compare your recording with the original speaker. This builds awareness, because you will be able to understand how the original speaker spoke and how you are speaking. Slow down your speech. Now, many learners speak fast to sound fluent, but fast speaking with wrong pronunciation creates a lot of confusion. So you don't have to speak fast at the time when you're speaking wrongly. Speak clearly and slowly. That's all important. Clarity is more important than speed, so you have to focus on clarity. Fluency will naturally come with practice, with time. Next thing is point number 9, which says read aloud daily. Spend every day 5 to 10 minutes reading aloud. For this, you can read any of these newspaper articles, short stories if you like, or dialogues, which is available over the web. While reading, you have to focus on pauses, punctuation, stress, because after listening to the reading, that's most important that you're doing. This improves pronunciation and confidence together. Let's talk about another point, which says improve listening to improve speaking. So if you want to speak, you have to listen to the speaker first. Your ears control your tongue. We all understand that. If you cannot hear the difference, you cannot speak the difference. So for listening, you can listen actively to podcasts, English speeches, or interviews. Do not just listen for meaning, also focus on sound, stress, intonation, and linking. Learn linking and connected speech. Native speakers connect words. For example, want to, they speak wanna. Going to, native speakers pronounce gonna. Did you, they pronounce dija. But for the Indian context, you can use the first one. For example, want to, going to, and did you. You can use these. These are more common in formal and professional context. But I am mentioning this topic, this point, because if you're listening to a native speaker, you have to be aware how they're speaking. So for example, what are you doing? This sounds like what you're doing. Understanding this improves both listening and speaking. But as I said, in Indian context, the former one, did you and going to, will be better in the formal settings. Now let's talk about another point, which is point number 12, which says practice daily, even 10 minutes is enough. Pronunciation improves with consistency. Yes, 10 minutes you have to practice. So let's talk about it. 10 minutes daily. What you have to do? 3 minutes sound practice. You have to listen. For the next 3 minutes, shadowing. 2 minutes you have to record your voice, and then 2 minutes you have to focus on correction if you have made any kind of mistake and you're finding it in recording. This, if you keep doing, after 3 months you'll find your speech will sound much more confident. Remember, good pronunciation is about being understood, speaking confidently, feeling comfortable. Don't try to sound British or American. Try to sound clear. Improvement may be slow, but will be powerful. You'll be able to speak good. So all the best. Now that's it for today's video. We'll meet again in another video and shall be talking about another topic. What do you want to watch? You can share. Till then, take care and thank you for watching.